£80 for water. For water, like the fundamental basic human necessity for life, water. And these robbing bastards want to charge me 80 quid. Howdy folks, greetings, come and join me as we drive along the Brighton seafront here and talk about 80 quid. I just got a new bill for Southern Water. £80 a month they want to charge me for water. It's getting out of control. I mean, let alone all the stuff of the CEO bonuses and the amount of shit that they're shoving into the sea that you see right here. They're pumping crap into that and I'm paying 80 quid a month for the privilege. It's sickening. And, oh man, it's just, this new government have got to drastically do something about wealth inequality. This is what it's all about, and this is the number one problem in our world, is wealth inequality. I don't care about your migrants, your small boats, your woke students, all that stuff. The biggest issue right now is wealth inequality, and this just shows it. Well, whilst down at the bottom, we're paying £80 a month for water, and Southern Water CEOs are getting big bonuses and they're able to just pump shit into the sea, and we're paying £80 a month, let alone everything else. I mean, this has got to be the biggest disparity in wealth for hundreds of years, and this has got to be the hardest it's been for us down at the bottom, working people, to actually have a decent quality of life when we're dealing with 80 quid a month to Southern Water, £200 council tax, £200 electric bill, talking £400 probably if you've got a family, for your food. The list goes on. Broadband, mobile phones, these are all necessities now. These are things that you have to have in order to live in modern society. You have to have access to internet. You have to have access to a smartphone. You total all those things up and you're nearly on the way to about 70-80% of a household wage if you've got two full-time earners. And let alone actual life, let alone once you've paid the bills, let alone actually paying for life. Maybe you want to better yourself, go down the gym, 50 quid a month. Social clubs, do you remember those? Or going back to the gym scenario, if you want to join a group, a class, because you'll meet new people, you'll meet new friends, 50 quid a month. Just the simple British tradition of going down the pub. Classic British tradition of grabbing your mate, going down the pub. Now, 6-7 quid a pint. You're spending the best part of 40-50 quid to go for a couple of pints with your mates. It's just, the quality of life is just diminishing, and it kind of feels like no one's really talking about it, and they're talking about immigrants and small boats and woke students and all this crap, when the biggest catastrophe is going on right here with wealth inequality. It's all in front of our faces. I've just mentioned 80 quid a month to Southern Water. They've just given their CEO a bonus. You talk about interest rates and our mortgage payments, all our interest, we're paying more interest everywhere. Well, where is that interest going? It's going to people like Rishi Sunak that sits on a wealth of 700 million and gets just about 2 million every year just for sitting on his arse, doing nothing. That's our extra interest payments. When we're paying extra interest on our mortgages, that's who it's going to. It's going to Rishi Sunak, who's sitting on his arse, sitting on his wealth of 700 million, doing nothing, and just shoveling up the scraps from all of us that go, oh God, no. 80 quid a month, Southern Water. Oh, Jesus. Oh, mortgage payment going up, interest rates. But we're just like, oh, well, that's just what's going on. It's COVID, isn't it? That's what people say. Oh, well, if you give away all this free money, this is going to happen. Yeah, it's going to happen. I mean, we had to do that during COVID. We had to give people money because we couldn't have people mixing and working and killing old people. We had to do that. But the way you deal with it is looking at who got rich out of that and starting to level the playing field. Anyway, I'm rambling a little bit. Economics is really not my forte, but you understand what I'm saying. And it's just, I go back to the quality of life. This is the real problem. It just diminishes your quality of life. You know, if you go back, the greatest example is The Simpsons, right? When The Simpsons started, Homer worked, Marge stayed at home, and they were able to afford a massive big house, you know, feed a family with 3 children, and be able to do all these things. You know, that was the old school thing when you look back. You know, that was the traditional thing. Someone would stay at home to look after the house and the kids, and someone would go to work. Now, obviously, back then, traditionally, it was the woman. But now, in modern society, you know, there's no reason why the man or the woman can't do that. But that role has disappeared now. Because looking after a house, looking after a family, is a full-time job. But now it's just extra stress on families and people because they have to deal with that extra full-time job. So you go to work every day, you know, you work 40 hours a week, and then when you come home, the real work starts. It's not like you can rest. It's not like it's all done. You come home from work, you've got to do the laundry, you've got to fold it, you've got to dry it, you've got to fold it up, you've got to do the hoovering, look at the dishes piling up, you've got to sort that out, look at the clutter of a household with kids that are making mess, you've got to tidy up this, the weeds in the driveway are coming through, that door hinge is not working, I've got to fix a problem with the toilet, there's this, you know, looking after a house, looking after a family household is a full-time job. That's why people are so stressed, man. People are so stressed in life. Because we can't afford to drop both adults in the household have to work full time unless they've got a decent job. Maybe they can work part time, but that's definitely lost. And there was a reason. I think there was a reason. Like I say, I understand that, you know, it doesn't traditionally have to be a woman, but that role is gone of someone that actually looks after the house, looks after the family. It's completely gone, and that's what makes a better life and a less stressful life for people, when you have someone that can take care of those problems. Because once you finish work, you're just set with a whole load of other problems, and then God forbid you want to actually do anything social, have some time to have fun. I don't know, man, it's all a bit doom and gloom, this video, but this 80 quid a month has really riled me. And what am I paying 80 quid for? What great services has Southern Water given me for my 80 quid a month for my basic human right to be able to have water? I basically, if on a minimum wage job, would have to work an entire day just to have water for my family. Just, please, can I just have some water? £80. Work 8 hours for me, and I will give you some water. Oh man. But like I say, this new government, they've got to do something about this wealth inequality. It's disgusting. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the drive. It's a lot of people ask me actually why there's no traffic when I drive along Brighton Seafront. Well, I'm going to tell you now, it's because I usually do my videos straight away. It's only early, it's 8 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday. No one's really about, so it's nice and quiet. This will liven up later. But yeah, if you enjoyed the video, guys, please click a like. It really does help the video. And if you haven't subscribed, you can subscribe up top, and there'll be another video. You can check that out as well. How are you dealing with these bills? How are you dealing with your quality of life? Are you being able to do the things that you want to do? Please let me know down below. Till next time, take care. If I follow you, pick me out. Are we just going through red lights now? Is that what we're doing?